What's going on, everyone? It's Bismo here. In today's quick video, I'm just going to be trying to explain to you guys basically what you need to know going into Mandalorian Season 3, especially if you didn't know about the Book of Boba Fett show that took place after Season 2, because a lot of people I know are confused with the new trailer that we got with Mando being back with Grogu, aka Baby Yoda, because as you know, at the end of Season 2 of The Mandalorian, Grogu and The Mandalorian basically went separate ways, and we saw Grogu and Luke kind of go off and do their own thing. But yeah, in this video, I'm just going to be giving a brief rundown of basically what happened between them and how and why Mando is back with Grogu, so you have a better understanding. Quick disclaimer, if you want to watch the episodes yourself, the last 3 episodes of Book of Boba Fett is basically where all of this takes place, but if you want the quick sum up, stick around. So in episode 5 of the Book of Boba Fett, Mando meets back with the other Mandalorians, and he finds the armorer, and basically what he has done is the spear that he got in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, he has that reforged into foundling armor, which is intended for Grogu, because he wants to meet back with him, he's missing him, and he wants to basically give him this foundling armor because he's a foundling. So once he's done getting that foundling armor for Grogu from the other Mandalorians in the armor, side note, he gets banished from being a Mandalorian because he reveals that he took his helmet off. But after he's done getting the foundling armor, he heads to Tatooine because he needs a new ship, because his Razor Crest was blown up in Season 2, if you remember. So he needs a new fighter and a spacecraft. But yeah, we get a really cool scene where Mando meets back up with Peli Motto, who was a recurring character from the previous seasons, because he actually had tasked her with finding him a new Razor Crest, but she couldn't find him a Razor Crest, but she found him something maybe a little bit better. And we get a really cool scene with Mando and his new Naboo starfighter, which is just super cool that they brought back. And we get some more scenes where with some familiar places where the Mandalorian goes through Beggar's Canyon and that area where Anakin Skywalker did his pod racing, which was a really cool callback. So just a really fun episode overall, honestly. So then after Mando gets his cool new whip, he heads to the planet where Luke is on with Grogu and Ahsoka. But he's not actually able to meet with Grogu because he has a long talk with Ahsoka about how Grogu has to now give up attachment to actually go into training with Luke. So Mando basically gives the armor to Ahsoka, and Ahsoka then gives the armor to Luke. So then after that, we get some really good scenes with Luke and Grogu doing some training. And honestly, these are some of the best scenes in all of the Disney Plus shows, in my opinion. Some really deep scenes about the Force and just about the whole wide world. And there's just a really good quote in there. But anyhow, they train for a little bit. And then towards the end of the episode, actually at the very end of the episode, Luke prompts Grogu with a decision. And that decision is to choose between 2 things: the armor that Ahsoka had given him from the Mandalorian, the foundling armor, or Yoda's old lightsaber that Luke had acquired back on Dagobah. But yeah, the caveat is basically he can only pick one or the other. So if he picks the Mandalorian armor, Luke would have him sent off, and if he picks the lightsaber, he would maybe not be able to see Din Djarin or the Mandalorian ever again, as he would be focused on his training and foregoing that attachment. Spoiler alert, Grogu picks the armor, and Luke sends Grogu back to Tatooine to meet up with the Mandalorian, and this is mid-war basically on Tatooine. But yeah, you'd have to watch the Book of Boba Fett to get a full understanding of what was happening on Tatooine, but basically Boba Fett was trying to establish himself as the leader of the city, but all the other rival gangs were just not having it. So the finale is just basically a gang fight between all of them, and Grogu gets sent back and mixed up in the middle of it. And finally we have Grogu and the Mandalorian reuniting again, and we get a cool scene with them in the spaceship together and getting sent off. And then that's where we get the trailer. And honestly, like, it's kind of weird that they would send off in the main show, the end of Season 2, they would have them separate only to on a different show, not even The Mandalorian, come back together. It's kind of questionable, and honestly, it's probably business motivated if I had to be honest. But regardless, I'm excited for Mandalorian Season 3, and I just saw that the Mandalorian Season 3, the newest trailer, broke the record for the most impressions and views in the first 24 hours. So obviously a lot of people are hyped, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, March 1st, we'll have to see. That's pretty much it. If this was helpful, please drop a like and subscribe for more Star Wars videos. I make some what ifs and some other lore videos, been getting more into it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And may the Force be with you always.